Come on through, Cookie. I want to put my soapbox. That's basically it. Let's talk about drag and all its forms. What, Cookie? Guys, let's talk Queen Sugar. Season 1, episode 4. All right, so last we left, we're going to do this. We're going to make this work. So first things first, $100,000 has been forwarded into a account for Ralph Angel to have access to be able to do things with the farm. Of course, you know the money belonged to old girl. Charlie. First thing that comes up is state inspection. He ran into Remy, and Remy asked him something about the state inspection. He didn't have it. You can see Ralph Angel getting a little unglued, and because he didn't know, but he wouldn't say anything. Him and that pride. He has this pride thing going on, and it's like, just get it taken care of. And he doesn't want to ask anybody for help. But there's some things that he just doesn't know. So he ends up running into this whole problem. He's supposed to go and buy the seed. And he ends up running things to the last minute, but he really was doing everything he was supposed to be doing. And he ended up running out of time the first day. He goes to buy seed. They won't sell it to him. They're being shady. And you know who's behind that. I'm sure it's the guy. I can't even think of his name right now. But I'm sure he's behind all that, because as soon as they asked him what pair she was with, this, that, thing, and the other, the guy was like, oh, no, I can't sell you any seed. But he was all willing before. And Ralph Angel's like, I'll pay you double. You know, he's like, no. So he ended up making a deal with a guy at his job who had a hookup. Well, that ended up going left because he ends up getting the shit, paid like, I'm trying to think how much he paid for it. Long story short, he paid it's like $15,000 he paid for it. It was $15,000 he paid for the sugar cane. And it wasn't any good. It was actually rotten. And if he was to plant it, it would actually fuck up the soil. So that's, again, always when you're messing with your own folks, honey, is a cousin of a cousin's cousin. It was fucked up. So that's what ended up happening. Remy was the one that actually seen it and was like, Ralph Angel, you can't do it. This just, you got beat. This is fucked up. Remy is going to be the saving grace, okay? And, he kind of hot for Charlie, and Charlie kind of likes him too. I'm reading that right away. But anyway, so that whole thing goes on. Nova is dealing with this whole little situation, and what she's actually found, she's doing these interviews with these men who have all been led into taking pleas for crimes that they did not commit, but they're being led into taking these here pleas. And the young boy that she went to see, he ended up being victimized, got all beat all up. It was all up into the hospital, like an infirmary and all that. Her boyfriend actually works in the prison. So she got in to see him and all that. Then you see her talk to this other guy. That's what the whole story is that she was talking about. She ends up meeting up later on with this woman. And the woman basically tells her, it's not about, it's not about the pleas. It's literally really about the inmate themselves. It's about the incarceration. That's where the money is. That's where the money's being made by the state. So it's not really the pleas. It's literally the actual convictions. That is the actual issue. That's where they're making that money. She also told her, I have case files, like literally case files that you could actually take a look at to build your case. So by the end of the episode, she actually has looked into everything. She's gotten what she needed, and she did like a bomb article, and so that's going to blow up going further on. So we'll see what's going on with that. In the midst of doing all this, she ends up talking back to Ralph Angel. She kind of, her and Ralph Angel kind of got into it because she's kind of like yelling at him, "You never do what you're supposed to do," blah, 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 all that. But once she really figured out what was going on, she kind of got what he was talking about, like how she wasn't there for him when he was incarcerated and how she's all up in these other people's business, but she didn't do that with him, so it kind of hit a soft spot, and she kind of understands where she kind of failed him and why he feels kind of the way he feels. So they kind of fixed all that. And now she's more present in this to be able to help him out. So that was a good thing. We got Charlie at home. She's taking tests to make sure, she's taking tests for everything to make sure that she hasn't contracted anything from her little nasty husband. Okay. So she does all that. Another thing that's going on that we actually see is with the little boy, with Micah. People are starting to be shady. Micah's girlfriend, the mother, immediately started kind of being shady, like, "Oh, well, I didn't know he was going to be here today. Oh, he needs to tell me when he's going to drop by." And the daughter's like, "Well, he never had to tell you before." And she's like, "Well, I want to know. And Micah, you can go home now." Just shady, like you can see her starting to be shady. Then a whole thing broke out where there was a Tumblr page created. Somebody created a Tumblr page and put pictures and things on there, and it was a mess. But the girlfriend was really trying to hide things and trying to shelter Micah from being embarrassed, which was really cool, is what I thought. But that's not exactly it. That wasn't exactly it. Because how it ended up being, we've seen all that. Then her mother basically told him, stay away from him altogether. He was like, they weren't talking at all. And he's like, "You're not answering my calls, this, that, the other. There's no, we ain't talked at all." Get down to it, honey. Next thing you know, they're all pulled into the office. It's Micah and his mother, Charlie, and the girl and her mother. They're in the office, and he's being expelled. Micah's literally being expelled about some text messages that he supposedly sent to her phone or that were posted somewhere. And Micah was like, "Well, wait a minute." He's thinking it's about the Tumblr page stuff. And basically, baby, when they get down to the end of it, it's about a dick pic. Now, his mother's having a fit. Like, you send her a dick pic. Now, you know better than this. And he's being expelled. He gets up and runs out. Charlie goes running behind him. The white woman is giving very much of, "See, this is a mess. He's just like his dad. This, that, thing, the other." Come to find out, Micah says, "No, I never sent her a dick pic. That's somebody else's picture. She's cheating on me." So he's just all heartbroken. But at the same time, you done ran out. And, now Charlie got to go deal with that. Here, she was trying to shield him from everything. Because that bitch that got caught up in her own shit. She done been slick and slide, and I got caught up in it. So I can't wait to see how that all plays out. But at the same time, that Charlie is actually Davis's manager. So a lot of his endorsements and things that are falling through and this kind of thing, she set all these things up. So she ended up, she's dealing with all this, and we get to see her. That's what she was saying. I know a lot about business, and we got to see her really willing and dealing and trying to get things together. Then there was this whole thing. There were rumors of a rape kit that was actually taken. And then they did an indefinite suspension on Davis. And it's like, it's just getting deeper and deeper and deeper with Davis. So she ended up going, she's doing business. She willing and dealing. She fires the lawyer that they had, got a new lawyer. And this lawyer, she know how to make some things happen. She had to make some things happen. She basically said, let's focus on a payoff. Let's get this whore, get her paid off, and make this shit go away. Okay? Because it looks like he ain't been told the truth. Shit's all fucked up. Let's pay this bitch off and get this shit popping. Well, baby, the last thing we actually seen in this little episode, honey, wasn't going to be no payoff because she don't want a payoff. The girl wouldn't accept the payoff. So that's the last thing we see Charlie. Charlie's like, well, what does she want? So I'm like, child, this is going to be interesting to see what the hell is actually getting ready to go on with this. So I'm really intrigued to see what's getting ready to go on with Micah and his damn daddy. I'm like, wow, wow. But that was basically it. That's a condensed down version of how everything went on Queen Sugar. But we did find out Charlie's a rider. Charlie knows how to wheel and knows how to deal, like she said. So it's going to be very, very interesting. All right, so that's it. I'll talk to y'all next week. Bye, guys.